Sports fans of Real Talk and Hoops Insight, stay in the game with NBA legend Sam Mitchell. Now you can show your love for the In the Game podcast with exclusive merch from the In the Game online store. Coffee cups, caps, grab bold t-shirts, cozy hoodies, sleek thermal drinking cups, and more. It's all with that signature Sam Mitchell swagger. Visit InTheGameStore.com today and get in the game with Sam Mitchell, because it's more than a show. It's a lifestyle on the In the Game Network. You're in the game for the next 30 minutes or a fraction more. Thousands all over the world are dressed out, and yet only one man is ready to start. He played with Garnett and the Minnesota Timberwolves with a career that started with the Indiana Pacers and earned the NBA Head Coach of the Year with the Toronto Raptors. You hear him on Sirius XM Radio and saw him on NBA TV. And now, get the buzzer ready. Start the clock. Blow the whistle. Right now, it's time for former NBA head coach in the game with Sam Mitchell.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up, people? Welcome to In the Game Network. In the Game, I'm your host, Sam Mitchell, coming to you from, I'm going to say Studio B, my house, all right? My garage office, but I'm here with, and again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, In the Game Network. I'm here with James Harmon, a.k.a. Noddy. Again, he still refuses to use his Christian name, the name that his mother and father put a lot of time and energy into coming up with, and he just Noddy, of all things. But that's another story, man. Noddy, how we doing today, man? We go, look, you and I talked last night. Oh, and again, I'm sorry. Every Monday, the Raw side of things with Sir Bam Bam.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Sir Bam Bam is doing his thing, man.
Yeah. We got Shedeur Redden. She's a sexologist and a cannabis.
Wait. Time out. Hold up now. You about to make some people really happy. Hold up. You got a woman that's gonna be on Sir Bam Bam show, the Raw side of things. She's a sexologist.
Yes, and a marijuana.
Whoa, bro. What's the sexologist? What does a sexologist teach you?
That's interesting. That's
teach you where to put it, how to put it, how to move it, left, right.
He might tell you where the G spot is. I don't know. I'm looking forward to,
and when is this, Monday? What
this
time?
Is gonna be Monday, so she should be
Make sure.
Yes, Monday at 1 o'clock.
Can I get a guest spot on there? Because I just want to listen in on this.
Yeah, we can send you a link.
Can I show? Hold up. If you send me the link, I'm gonna get it in my office. I want to set the mood. I want to have my baby oil. I want to have my music on. Oh, it ain't that kind of party.
It might be that kind of party.
It sounds like a puppet kind of party. It ain't that kind of party.
It ain't a freak off, but
it sounds like. Hold up, man. Right. If you got a sexologist, and then you're gonna talk about sex and weed.
Yeah, he talks about cannabis and the benefits of marijuana.
Some of our viewers out there gonna be. Are they talking about heaven? Sex and weed?
Yes.
Dude, wow. Yeah, what did I do to deserve this?
I look forward to it,
Sex and weed. Let me see, can I?
Right.
Looking forward to that, Sir Bam Bam. Huh?
Yes, Sir Bam Bam. Making deals, man. Trying to, we working around here.
Hey, man, what's going on? And I know we're not gonna stay on this long, but this thing has gotten. Michael Parsons gonna lose. I hate to say that. I hate to be Debbie Downer, but dude, he doesn't have anything to go. Even if he misses the first week or two, don't nobody think the Cowboys gonna beat the Eagles opening night anyway. So what's the difference?
Well, it's funny because Jerry Jones, he was on Fox News earlier today, and he made some comments, and I got him right here.
Okay. Are we gonna play him, or are you gonna tell us about him?
Yeah, I'm gonna play him.
To getting a deal with him. Mike is a great player, not a good player, but a great player. He knows more than anyone that it's a team. And so I know everybody's tired of hearing this, but you've got to put this puzzle together so that you can have some other people out there playing with Michael. That's the art of the deal, and that's why we're trying to get done. And we're trying to make this thing work. But we have all the appreciation in the world for what he can mean to the years ahead. We're proud to have him.
How close are you to getting?
Now, I like that. Jerry's honest. Look, Jerry understands, and I love the fact. This tells me, with Jerry making that statement, Jerry's trying to get a deal done. You know why? Because this is what he's been saying when it was 4 weeks out, 3 weeks. Now it's 2 weeks out. Jerry's trying to get a deal done. Oh, Michael understands he's not a good player. He's a great player.
Right.
Michael's a great. But he understands it. And Jerry's right from that standpoint. But this is where I would push back on Jerry. We knew this last year. Michael was not good, but great. We knew it his rookie year.
Yeah.
So why didn't you start planning in your mind? All right, we hit the lottery with this draft pick. We know he's going to be, after his rookie year, you can just kind of see the projection. He's going to be a top 5 defensive player. You're not going to say number 1, but he's going to be in that top 5 conversation. Knowing that and understanding that, that's when you start planning to pay that guy. And what you do is, as soon as you can extend him, you extend him.
Right.
Now, that money, think about what the NBA do. The NBA will extend those rookies that 3rd year.
That 3rd year.
Even though that money don't kick in for another year.
Right.
That's what you get ahead of it. Because every year the money is going to go up, especially in football. So if I know, if I draft a guy in the 1st round and he's rookie of the year at a position as an outside pass rusher, and he's in the top 3 or 4 for 3 years rushing the pass and making plays and doing things, and everyone wholeheartedly say, this guy top 3 in the league. I done already, from the day I drafted him and he been rookie of the year, I already done set the table to pay him early. As soon as I can pay him, boom, I'm getting the deal done. Because if I think about this, the Cowboys could have signed him 2 years early.
Yeah.
And they could have got him when the price was in the 30s, the low 30s. So right now, they could have had Michael Parsons at a deal. They would have did it 2 years early. They could have got Michael Parsons at around $32, $33 million.
Correct.
Now it's at 43, 42.
Right.
Dude, that's a big difference. That's 2 more players' salary, good players on your roster. Look, man, I've been looking at NFL rosters and pay. When you subtract the top guys on the team, when you take away the quarterback, top receiver, the best 1 or 2 linemen, the best 1 or 2 D linemen, the best cornerback and stuff, everybody else make between $1 million and $6 million.
Right.
The rest of the roster, the quarterback get theirs, the top receiver, maybe if you got an all-pro tight end or something.
Yeah, a couple of them old linemen going to get paid.
A couple of old linemen going to get, not all of them.
Not all
2
of
or
them.
3, about 2.
Yeah.
Couple of D-lines going to get paid, a cornerback or a safety.
Yeah.
But everybody else in that $1 million to $6 million range.
Right.
If you could have saved $10 million for Michael Parsons, that's signing 2 good players, because now you got 5. Look, a good starting linebacker gonna make $5 million.
Yeah.
And he's not an all-pro,
A solid
but
starting,
a solid starting linebacker. A solid starting player in the NFL gonna make $5-6 million.
Right.
And so this on Jerry Jones. You're telling us the obvious, but you didn't do your look, man. That's why my Cowboys are not gonna beat Philadelphia, because Philadelphia general manager. This is what the owners did. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you my other hat I'm wearing. Now that I just started a partnership with 4 of us. We started a company. Well, our main guy named Josiah started a company called the Exit Factor. And what we do is help businesses and show them the day. Let me ask you a question. The day you start your business, you should have an exit strategy, because you're going to exit that business one day.
Yeah, this is my exit strategy.
Well, what I mean by that, and I never thought about it, Donnie, because I've owned businesses. Because when you start a business, you don't think about at the end.
Right.
But you're going to exit. You're either going to die.
Mm-hmm.
You're either going to sell it.
Yes.
You're either going to pass it along to a family member or a child, or you're going to lose it.
Yeah.
But you're going to exit out that business.
Correct.
And I think and I'm using that analogy because Jerry Jones, and the reason I brought it up, one of the main things that we tell small business owners is most business owners wear 10 hats. They do everything because it's their baby, right? They birthed that baby.
That's true.
They do everything, including mop the floor, sweep the floors.
Yeah.
What we're trying to get owners to understand, if you want your business to sell for 3, 4, 5 times multiple, you got to get it to where you wear 1 hat. And what I mean by that, Jerry Jones and what the successful teams have done, like take Jeffrey Lurie of Philadelphia. You never hardly hear his name. You never see him on TV. You see him at the luxury box at the game. You never hear about his input in negotiations. I promise you he does. I promise you he's in the room when Saquon Barkley deal got done. You think Jeffrey Lurie wasn't in the room when Jalen Hurts signed for $50 million? Guarantee you he was in the room.
Right.
But what he does, he lets his general manager, Howie Roseman, run the show. And when his general manager comes in and say, projection, this guy, I'm telling you right now, okay, Devontae Smith, when it was time to sign him, was it any big deal?
Signed him early.
He signed him early because, look, I drafted you. Think about something. We scouted Michael Parsons. We drafted him. We watched him turn into an all-pro. And Jerry Jones was right. Not good, but great. How long did it take you to realize that? After about 5 games his rookie year, you knew that.
Mhm.
So let me use it in a basketball analogy. When I took over, got to the Raptors, I knew going in that Chris Bosh was good watching the tape. You don't really know how good a guy is until you get on the floor with him. We get on the floor and I'm like, oh my God, this dude's 6'10", but he has the quickness of a small forward.
Right.
He has the shooting ability of a two guard, and he has the quickness of a two guard. First thing I started thinking about is all the different things, like a kid on Christmas Day with a new toy. You know how long it took me to realize that? 2 practices. I really kind of knew it after the first one. By the second one, same thing with Kevin Garnett. Me and Doug West, the very first practice, hour and a half, we're taking Flip Sounders give us a long water break. We sit next to each other. We kind of look at each other at the same time and said, one day we're going to tell our children we played with Kevin Garnett. Like we knew it, the first practice.
Right.
Let me tell you how we knew. He won every drill. Every sprint that we ran, he won. Every drill that we participated in, he won. He had the most energy, the most quickness, the most talent. Everything about him said greatness. You could feel it. Like we all had goosebumps. I'm sure Jerry Jones had the same feeling 1 week into training camp when he saw Michael Parsons, like, whoa. So, dude, as soon as I saw that, I started making plans. First thing, how do I develop him into being my captain? He wasn't ready to be the captain. Why? Because he was playing behind Vince Carter and Jalen Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Once our general manager, Rob Babcock, God bless the dead, he passed away, decided that he was going to trade those 2 guys, I had already started thinking, I got to groom Chris, develop Chris to be my captain.
Right, right.
And then I started thinking, even with Vince and Jalen on the team, in my mind, at home, I started drawing up plays and changing my offense. Because once those guys were gone, everything was going to be centered around Chris.
Right.
And I was going to install the offense, Flip kind of installed around KG, put him at the high post. I started thinking that after the second practice. Jerry Jones, you done had this guy for 3 years?
Yeah.
And you know how good. You should have been, this contract, you should have been doing projections. You should have known what that number was going to be after that 3rd year. As soon as that year was over, you should have been at the table. Boom, made him the highest paid player then, would have been around 33, 34 million. You'll be sitting back right now smiling, laughing.
Right.
But because you wear too many hats, you're the owner, you're the GM, you're the PR guy for the team, you wear too many hats. And what my company, the Exit Factor, one thing that we talk about to business owners is this. All successful business, the owner wears one hat. The owner's not sweeping the floor. He's not popping the popcorn. He's not serving the drinks. He's not negotiating the contracts. He's not washing the clothes. He does one thing. He wears one hat. And the reason it works, not it, because now someone wants to buy your business. I'm coming in as the owner, and you got all these systems in place. So Jerry's supposed to have people in place and systems in place to identify the good players and identify where the salary cap going and sign those guys early. So this is on Jerry. It's great that he is not talking trash about Micah.
Right.
But
because he wanted to show up.
Well, he's telling us what we know. And then at the end of the day, Nadi, look, This is where Michael Parsons is stuck. He's due $24 million this year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm sure the deal that Jerry got on the table for him, the money is there. May not be the amount of guarantee, may not be the amount of years guaranteed or whatever. So what Michael Parsons got to do is he's got to ask himself, and you and I talked about this on Tuesday. If it was me, and I bet on myself, this is what I would do. I would go take out me a health policy, injury policy for about $50 million. And I would do it up myself because he's made enough money to afford that.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a salary this year of $24 million. I take that policy out, $75 million, whatever that amount is. I go play this year for 24. Let Jerry franchise me next year. That number going to be 35, 36, 37, whatever that number's going to be that next year, and then become a total free agent. And then what I would tell the Cowboys, if you want me, you going to have to pay me more than anybody.
Yeah, don't forget
No
they can
discount.
franchise him for 2 years after this year.
See,
So he
but
won't
now
be a
you
total free
and
agent.
I talked about this. That deal, that franchise tag, why did those players agree to that? Dude.
Man,
Because
they agreed to a lot that wasn't in their favor.
but think about it, Nadi. He's got to go play.
Yeah, he got to go
Or
play.
take the deal that Jerry got on the table for him.
The problem is at the
Because basically
position.
he got it for 3 more years.
Yes, but at the position he plays, it's a reckless. Michael Parsons plays somewhat reckless,
You have to when you're an edge
and
rusher.
that leads to injuries.
Yeah.
That's what sucks for him.
But this is the thing, though, Nadi. I played football. It's not like playing running back where you're getting hit. You know, your biggest thing at outside pass rusher is getting rolled up on, turning that corner, sprained ankles, or guys going at your knees and legs trying to block you. Think about it. In the history of the NFL, pass rushers don't get hurt as much as other guys do. Think about a D lineman in the trenches.
Mhm.
You know, they get rolled up on. They in the piles all the time.
Yeah, but he's not your traditional
I
D
know,
lineman. He's
but-
more
but
like an outside
He's an
linebacker
outside
who
linebacker.
rushes the quarterback.
Yeah, and sometimes they drop him in coverage, but most people feel like you should never drop him in coverage.
Right,
He should be
right,
attacking the
right.
quarterback. And so from that standpoint, and then think about it. Look how long some of the great ones last. I think, look, this is the problem, though, to your point. They can franchise, they got him this year for $24 million, and they can franchise tag him for 2 more years. And I understand what the franchise tag was about. And you got to start looking at this thing different. Franchise tag was about if you can't come to a deal, the league got to pay you in the top 5 of that, whatever that number is. Nadi, you and I talked about this. Go back and look at how much money Darrell Reeves made.
Yeah.
And this is another thing, Nadi. Unless you have a devastating injury, and dude, I'm not even talking about an ACL. Think about it. Baseball, Tommy John. People don't freak out anymore when a pitcher blows his arm out.
Technology a
Tommy
lot
John.
better.
Because with technology and surgery, I know the next year, 12 months, he's going to be back. And then a lot of times, not in baseball, they'd rather for young players, pitchers to go on and have that surgery because it strengthens it. Right? Football. Unless he does something, think about something. Dak Prescott tore the muscle off his hamstring.
Yeah.
Did they sign him?
Well, they signed him before he
Yeah, I know,
tore the muscle.
But think about it, though.
But yeah, he got his money.
Michael Parsons.
That's why you want to get your money.
Well, but this is my thing, though. Unless Michael Parsons is some devastating injury, somebody gonna pay him.
Oh yeah, somebody gonna pay him.
He gonna look, man, even if he got hurt and they say he can come back, somebody gonna pay him 20, 25 million. If it was me, I would look at, if I'm getting 24 this year, that franchise tag next year gonna be around 35, 36, 37. And then that year after that, it'll be in the 40s.
Yeah.
So that means in 3 years, this year and the next 2, Michael Parsons could probably make almost 80, 90 million.
Probably,
Do the math.
Probably $100 million.
Yeah.
24, and then you get
And
another
then
30.
What
Yeah, you're close to $100 million in 3 years.
what we arguing about?
That's a.
And then you're a
That's
free
a good-
agent. Now
right.
to think about this. Now, and this another thing. You sprained an ankle, missed 3 games. And?
Right. Okay.
And, dude, as long as you're getting those sacks, Bet on yourself. Because that's what I would just change my mindset and just say, but this is what I would tell Jerry. Once I step on that field, my mindset is to play through this contract till I become a free agent. See, think about this. What if Michael Parsons plays this year and lead the league in sacks? And Jerry Jones him come running with a contract. Nah, I'll take my franchise me next year.
It only get worse for Jerry.
Franchise.
He's gonna have to.
Because that number gonna go up.
That's the only thing he can do.
Then guess what happens? Bruh, if I go to the last year of my deal and I have to play under the franchise tag, read my lips. There's not enough money in your coffers to pay me. And what I mean by that, Noddy, I wouldn't resign because I would be bitter. And for people to think people don't hold grudges, let's go all the way back. A basketball player. You may not even remember this. What's the basketball player that played for Utah back in the day? White guy.
Who, John Stockton?
No.
Oh, no, you thinking about Gordon Hayward.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hold up. Let's go back, people. Gordon Hayward became an all-star. Utah drafted him, became an all-star, loved him. Gordon Hayward contract came up.
Mm-hmm.
He was a restricted free agent. He wanted that 5th year guaranteed. Utah said, nah, you go get a deal, we'll match it. Well, now if I sign you to an offer sheet, and see, this is what people don't understand. Well, coach, sign him to an offer sheet. Well, guys, the way the rules work during free agency, if I sign a player to an offer sheet, the money that I put on that offer sheet, that money's off the table. That money now is counting towards my cap.
Right.
Until he say yay or nay.
Exactly.
So that means if I had enough money to sign Gordon Hayward and I put it out there and Utah got a week or 10 days to match it, that means I can't negotiate with no other. I can negotiate,
right,
but it's all going to be dependent on what Gordon Hayward does.
Right.
So it keeps me from going after other people.
Right.
So Utah sit back and just let you tie up your money, and then at the last minute, boom, match it. Because everybody knew Utah was going to match it.
Yeah.
Gordon Hayward said, okay, y'all don't want to give me that 5th year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, think about this. He played 4 seasons after that for the Utah Jazz. When he finally became a free agent, gone, left.
Right.
Didn't even give them a chance. So don't tell me people don't hold grudges. He had a grudge and nodded. It ain't like he was making $2 million a year. He was making 25, 30. He was getting paid.
Yeah.
He just didn't get that 5th year.
That 5th year is important.
It was important to him.
Yes.
And so people hold grudges. If I was Michael Parsons, and then this is another thing. I'm playing on the franchise tag. I'm dinged up. I'm beat up. In this game 7, I can't go.
Correct.
I can't go. I need 2 weeks to get healthy. I'm not under contract. I'm year to year. I got to protect myself.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that, but that's my mentality. I get dinged up. Stuff that I normally could fight through it and tough it out. Nah.
Right.
You don't get that.
No, you don't.
You only get that when I'm on a long-term deal. When you got me out there playing year to year, no problem. Understand something. I ain't getting hurt if I can help.
No, you're not. Right.
And I'm not playing hurt.
Well, Jerry.
But hold up, Noddy. Listen to me. When I played, I played 41 games in the playoff. As soon as the season was over, I went under the knife for surgery of my knee. Cartilage came out. At that time, the doctor made a decision to do microfracture surgery.
Right.
Noddy, I woke up because they only gave me enough anesthesia to knock me out for a meniscus repair. They didn't think about when the doctor changed his mind and started doing the microfracture, which takes an hour and a half longer. Noddy, I woke up on the table. I woke up, my knee was bent like, this is my leg straight. My knee was bent like this, like an L. And I said, and I knew the doctor, he was our team doctor. I said, Dr. Boyd, I see you. And at first, I don't even think it registered to him because he was letting me working.
Right.
I said, Doc, I see you. And he turned and looked at me and said, what the hell? I woke. Now, I couldn't feel anything because they had dead their waist down. I didn't feel a thing. But now that I saw them operating on my knee. And then as soon as that happened, a nurse grabbed a syringe, stuck something in my IV, and now that I was supposed to go home because I went in for surgery like 5 that morning. I was supposed to go home at noon. I didn't go home till 10 o'clock that night because when they had to knock me back out, they gave me a little bit too much and I slept. So instead of me going home around 12 or 1 o'clock, I didn't go home 10 o'clock that night. I couldn't wake up. I would wake up and they put you in a recovery chair. I kept falling asleep sliding out. But my point is, I played hurt because I was under contract.
Right.
Right. My contract, I think I had 2 more years left on my
That's what you
deal.
do when you got security.
But dude, in this football, hey man, Michael, you can't play if you're dinged up. So look, man, Jerry Jones is putting himself, the team, and the success of the team in a tough situation. Look, we're hearing that music right now. We got to take a break. We're going to finish this conversation when we come back. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. You listen to In the Game. I'm your host, Sam Mitchell.
All right. In the Game with former NBA coach Sam Mitchell is taking a break. We'll be back in less than 2 laps. This is the In the Game Network. Sports fans of Real Talk and Hoops Insight, stay in the game with NBA legend Sam Mitchell. Now you can show your love for the In the Game podcast with exclusive merch from the In the Game online store. Coffee cups, caps, grab bold t-shirts, cozy hoodies, sleek thermal drinking cups, and more. It's all with that signature Sam Mitchell swagger. Visit InTheGameStore.com today and get in the game with Sam Mitchell because it's more than a show. It's a lifestyle on the In the Game Network. And we're back on the In the Game Network with Coach Sam Mitchell. Lead in right now to hear what the coach
Welcome
is
back to the show. Welcome back to In the Game. I'm your host, Sam Mitchell. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, every Monday at 1 p.m., the raw side of things with Sir Bam Bam. Tune in so he gives you a unique way of looking at all today's things that's going on in our life in a fun and humorous way. Now, we're going to close this thing out, man, because you and I going to have a fight in a second. I've been waiting to fight you. Ooh, Lord.
I don't know why.
Not a physical fight, because Coach don't fight no more. Coach called
it's them days over with
Coach
for
is
you.
911. As a matter of fact, I got 911 speed, but you know how some of those people wear life alert when
Right.
they get old around their neck? No. I wear 911 button around my neck because anybody, you look at me crazy, I'm calling the man. But look, man, just to put a bow on this Michael Parsons thing, if it was me, if I was Michael Parsons, I would look at, instead of taking a bad deal, I would bet on myself for the next 3 years. I would take that franchise tag But one thing I would promise myself, if I'm dinged up and I need a game, I wouldn't play because the organization has put me in position and my teammates going to understand. And if they don't, they can go kick rocks, go play for somebody else.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, one thing about me, Nadi, I was hardcore. I played. I didn't miss games. I tried. My goal was to play 82. And I'm paying for it with my body the way it hurts, but I have no regrets. Right. But the one thing I did not do, when one of my teammates was holding out for bread, I kept my mouth shut. No matter how I felt, no matter how it affected the team, because when one of your better players is not playing, it affects everybody.
It does.
Winning and losing. But man, this is a business too. We're not in junior high. We're not in pee-wee football or basketball no more. We're not college. This is about being a pro. This is about you got to make your bread and do your job. And the guys have a duty, a responsibility. Management has a responsibility. And when the guy's holding out his management responsibility, get him in there. And so if a guy had to miss games and we lost or whatever, we never held a grudge or said anything because you got to take care of the business part of this game. And so if I was Michael Parsons, I would bet on myself. He can make around $100 million, south of that. That's a lot of money. But now that I know what he's looking at, he's saying if it's $90 million, it averages out to $30 million a year. And what his agent would say, when we want him to make 42, he would have left over those 3 years. He would have left 30, 35, $40 million on the table.
Right.
But this is the problem. Why would you sign an undervalued bad deal? Because if they're only talking about guaranteeing him, say he signed him to a 5-year deal, and I don't know how much upfront money they give him, 70, 80, 90, whatever that amount is. That's going to be the only money guaranteed. And so now you only got a 2 or 3 year deal anyway.
Exactly.
So before I go sign a 2-year, a 5-year deal where only 2 years of it really guaranteed, and I don't like the money, I just going to do this so this way I can become a total free agent. How old is Michael Parsons? 26?
25, 26, somewhere around there.
Okay, so do the math. If you're 26, if you become a total free agent at 29 and you're healthy and you're top 4,
he gonna get a big payday.
You get paid.
Then he'll get one more big payday.
And you'll get paid.
Right.
And then you'll get paid.
Right. I think because of his youth.
If I was Michael Parsons, I would do this.
His agent wants to get 2 big paydays.
And if I was Michael Parsons, I'd be even harder. Once I get into that, having to take that deal, that Jerry, that franchise tag, during my press conferences, I would say, hey, if somebody asks me, well, since you're not going to re-sign, what if the Cowboys trade you? This is what I would say. Whoever trades for me, I'm not signing a long-term deal. My goal, since I went down this road to become a free agent, I'm going to stay on this road to become a free agent. So and I would say that to scare teams off from trading for him.
Right.
So you not stuck it to me, especially that last year when I won't sign that deal. Well, if you don't sign, we'll trade him. Oh, I'm not going to resign. So if you trade for me, I'm probably not going to sign that deal.
Right.
So now that scare people off from trading. So my whole thing would be, when I walk away, I'm going to walk away free, and I'll walk away where you can't get no conversation for me.
I agree.
Since you want to play like that.
You hurt me, I hurt you.
Now that you're hurting me, but I still got $90 million.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have 150.
I mean,
I still got $90 million. Now I'm getting ready to go get my 150.
Yeah, I mean, you really hurt the team because Jerry's still worth $16 billion. You're not gonna hurt Jerry.
No, you're not hurting Jerry. But what you're doing is, what you just did was, you've hurt. Look, man, normally at trading a guy like Michael Parsons, you can get 1 or 2 young players, you can get a 1st round pick and maybe a 3rd or 4th round pick. You can get a serious compensation package. What players do in the NBA, when they're having these type of contract squabbles, they let it know. If you trade for me, I'm not re-signing. Nobody trades for you.
Right.
So, hey man, look, if you want
to, KD done it a lot of times.
And if I'm dinged up, if I'm sore, I can't go.
Right.
Can't go.
That's the business.
You can get mad. We don't have no relationship anyway.
Right.
So I don't care about you getting mad.
Right.
And now let me tell you what's going to happen. Now there are other players are looking at the owner.
Yeah.
Because now they're saying, hold up, you put that man in that position. This is another thing Jerry got to be careful of. If you do it to Michael Parsons, you will do it to me.
Yep.
Michael Parsons is not good, according to you.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great.
Right.
So if you would do it to Michael Parsons, so my thing is, now you draft me, I'm not super excited to come to the Cowboys. What good does it do for you to draft me and I become a great player and you don't pay me? You won't pay me early and you won't pay me late. So I'm telling you, guess what else happens in the locker room? Oh, Michael ain't playing because he dinged up. Hey, trainer, I can't go. I'm dinged up. I'm telling you, because then other players gonna be like, maybe this is not the place I need to be because they don't take care of their players. Look, man, the easiest thing that you're supposed to do is pay the great ones.
Right.
Look, man.
Shout out to the people in the
Kevin
chat.
Garnett, when it was time for him to get signed, come on, man. Then LeBron had to fight like a cat and dog.
Kevin Garnett changed the landscape of the salary cap.
And
he was going to get so much money. The NBA said, hold on, wait a minute.
We got to change this.
Yeah, we got to change how you get paid in the
right.
NBA. Kevin Garnett changed that.
Now, what's funny about his deal was he had to sign his deal by midnight. KG told me he had told his agent. The agent said the last deal they had put on the table was about 7 o'clock. And KG was like, I'll take it. And the agent said, okay, but before I call them, we got to 12 o'clock. Let's just wait. Man, by 11:15, agent phone rang. They upped the price. KG was going to take the original deal that they had.
Right.
But the agent said, we got to 12 o'clock. We wait till 12 o'clock.
Right.
KG called me like 12:01. Mitch. When he told me how much, man, I started crying for him. I was so happy for him. Because for this reason, man, when you work with alongside somebody, and somebody come to your team at 19, and I'm getting goosebumps talking about this dude, the hair standing up on my arm, and you watch somebody come in, and he know all the players' name. He know who you are and what you've done as a player. He shows the utmost respect. He knows the history. And then he's early. He works his ass off. He's the ultimate teammate. I get fined, get his back. I got fined because Kevin Willis was picking on my young boys,
right.
KG and Steph.
Right.
You know, trying to punk them. Me and Kevin Willis get into it, right? I get fined $20,000. Now, Nadi, I'm making like $175. $20,000.
Yeah, that's a hit.
I come in the next day after the fine is announced. My wife done cussed me out. Do you know how much you make? 20 grand after taxes? Right?
Right.
You can't control yourself? I said, but baby, I got to take care of my young boys.
That's what happened.
Right? I walk in the locker room to get ready for practice. There's an envelope on my chair. I open the envelope. It's $20,000 cash.
Oh, okay. I thought you were finna say something else.
It's $20,000 cash. I look over at KG. I look over at Steph. They nod. You straight? Man, I start crying. Not because of that. Not but because of the thought that these young boys understood what I was doing.
They appreciated
and they appreciated
right.
it. And they also understood that at making $175,000, I was married with 4 kids. $20,000 was going to hurt me.
Right.
Right. Now, I didn't say anything about it. I didn't say one word about it, but they were in tune enough to understand that. Dude, I didn't know what to say, but thank him and hug him.
Right.
Mitch, this is what KG and Steph told me. Mitch, anytime you protecting anybody on this team and you get fined, don't you worry about it. We got you.
Oh, yeah.
That's your job. Hey, man, I was not going to let nobody bully my young boy.
Right.
Because I knew I had 2 young studs that could be 2 all-stars, 2 all-time greats.
Right.
And Not only that, now that they were my boys, man. We were friends.
That was
Right?
before
They
the
called me Unc, right? So they called me Unc. That was my nickname.
right. You were Unc before Unc was a cool
and
thing.
So as their uncle, when you picked on my little nephews,
right.
you got to come deal with me.
Right.
And the fact that I went at a guy that's 7'1", outweighed me by.
Oh yeah, Kevin Willis was a monster.
Nah, we went toe to toe, bro. And I didn't take no step back. You know me, now. I don't take no step back.
Right.
And then now to show you what kind of fool I am, when I get pissed after the game, I stood outside the locker room. They had to pull me, put me on the bus.
Right.
No, player. No, they ain't gonna let us fight. Bro, there's an alley around the corner where nobody got to watch. Just me and you. See, now that's the thing about me. We don't have to do this.
I'm glad they put you on
We
that
don't
bus.
have to do this in front of people because this ain't for people.
Right.
We can meet up an hour after the game at a park,
Right.
at a playground, at the mall in the parking lot. And we can throw down, bro. Just me and you.
Yeah.
And we can settle this like men. We don't need the cameras. We don't need the fanfare. We don't need people separating us. Bro. Because this is the thing. If you get me down, they're going to stomp me out. I don't want nobody to pull you off me. Because hold up now. Because when I get down, I ain't letting up. This is my father.
Man, thank God for that bus.
Now that this is my father talking. It's called a fight.
Yeah, it is.
And my dad used to tell me this all the time. At the end, you put some on their ass to where they remember you.
Right.
To where when they see you, they want to cross the street. When they see you, they don't want to think about fighting. You leave them with something to remember you.
Yeah.
Because my dad used to have a little signature mark that he put on you. But what my dad used to also tell me was, once you get them on the ground, don't use your hands. Use them shoes.
Right.
I mean, so that was just me.
Unless you had a metal pipe or something like that.
Look, man, any kind of way you want to do it, I'm coming with these.
Right.
Now, I'm not coming with no guns, no knives, no pipes, no chains.
You old school.
I'm a man. I'm old school.
You old school.
If you whip my butt, I'm going to take a whipping.
Right.
Like a man.
Right.
I've been in a lot of fights. I'm not 100-0. But let me tell you something. I won more than I lost.
Yeah.
And the ones that I lost, the other person knew they'd been in a fight. And then the ones that I lost, Nadi, this is how stupid I was. I come back the next day. That's how my dad raised it.
Yeah, that's how I was back in the day.
This is what my father said. You can't let anybody intimidate or scare you. He said, once a bully or a person that know, even though they beat you, if they know that every time they mess with you or look at you crazy, they're going to have to fight, they're going to leave you alone. Because they know, nah, man. Nah, this was crazy, and we're going to go to something else. I'm playing in an NBA game, and Derek Coleman. And DC was tough. DC wasn't no punk. DC put them hands on you and them elbows on you. But not, I had a reputation of playing hard, but fair, not dirty. Right. DC had a breakaway. I chased him down. I hacked the shit out of him. I hacked. And he turned around, man, and saw it was me.
Right.
Sam.
Yeah, Derek Coleman, one thing, and Kevin Willis is another thing.
What Derek said. Because it's you and that's how you play, I'm cool.
Right, right.
That's how I played, Nadi.
Yeah, yeah.
That was my reputation. Hard, aggressive, but fair and not dirty. I didn't do dirt. I didn't hit people with sneaky. If I hit you, you saw it coming.
Right.
You came across the lane, I put that forearm on you. That's how I played.
Right.
So I had a reputation of playing hard and aggressive, but clean.
Right.
So now I never had problems from that point of view. But look, man, at the end of the day, they got to get something. Michael Parsons going to have to play. We talked about this Tuesday. If he don't play, he don't get times.
Right.
He just going to be in the back of that bus. So he just got to figure out either he on himself or take a bad deal.
Right. Let me give a shout out to some people in the chat. We got a chat that arguing already. Romero, you got Mocha, Gary Washington, but there's an argument going on between who's better between Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur. And I had wanted to ask you because Shedeur, we already believe that Shedeur is the better quarterback.
This is why I'm saying Shedeur. Who was on a better team in college?
Gabriel.
Who had a better offensive line?
Gabriel.
Who had better receivers?
I don't know.
Dylan-
Shedeur had
hold on. But
all
he
his
had
receivers
Travis
went
Hunter.
pros.
But Dylan Gabriel
I mean, he had
the
Wilson.
offensive line.
Yeah,
he had a
Gabriel had
defensive line.
everything.
He had everything.
Right.
Dylan Gabriel went running for his life every night.
No, he wasn't until they played Ohio State.
There you go. That's the first time he saw what Shedeur saw.
Right.
So to me,
Right.
when you look at what Shedeur dealt with in college, you look at his size, you look at his mentality. Dude, it's something he said, kids who fathers has that bloodline of playing in the NFL or professional basketball.
I
It
agree.
does mean
And
something.
you know, I think that's the real reason why definitely a lot of black people we rhyme with Shedeur, because for us, Shedeur is our Eli and Peyton Manning. He's our Manning.
Yeah.
And we want him to be treated like the Mannings were treated.
Yeah, look at
But-
his dad.
Yeah, right.
Look, man.
Top
this
5
what's
football
crazy.
player all
But
time.
this is what's crazy. Archie Manning didn't win no Super Bowl. Archie
Right.
Manning was a great player, but he played on terrible team. Deion
He did.
Sanders, people. Deion Sanders is not only a Hall of Famer. Deion Sanders was the difference maker in winning Super Bowls.
Yes.
Teams would go get Deion because we want you to lock down the whole right side of the field.
Right.
Ain't nothing going on. You're going
Correct.
to take the best wide receiver and shut him down, and we're going to play tight zone coverage with everybody else.
Right.
Deion, when the Dallas Cowboys when they got Deion, they went and got him to do what? Bring home a Super Bowl.
Shut down the check Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice.
And then San
One
Francisco
guy.
got him to check Michael Irvin.
There you go.
And they won.
There you go. Dude, that's so think about what Shedeur, how he grew up in the house. Dude, he grew up in the house. Now, if you see me with my son, who's 13, you'll be able to tell. My son don't get treated like the average 13-year-olds because he's in the house when he's in the house with me. I am energetic. I'm aggressive in nature. I got a lot of energy. I'm bouncing off the wall. My son being in the house with me, that's just how I'm wired, right?
Right.
And he's like that, right?
Right.
So when he's in the house, imagine being in the house with Deion every day, watching your dad. And then when you're out there in the backyard, you're out there on the field playing and doing things.
Right.
My daughters they tell my son all the time, when dad take you to work out, you go work out.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think when it comes to Shedeur, and I'm a huge fan because I root for Deion.
Nah, I
a
just
lot
think you
of
better.
us root for Deion, so we're rooting for his
Hold on.
offspring.
Talking about Deion, did you see Deion's message to the team about class starting when class was getting
Oh
ready to
yeah,
start?
yeah. Those things matter. That's make an excellent coach. You handle the little things first
Deion said, listen,
with your big things.
no flip-flops or sandals,
Right.
no hoodies, no headphones,
Correct.
no wife beaters. He said, even if you have an online class, you better not show up on that online class with a wife beater on. And now send the coaches to check.
Right.
If you're sitting in the back of the class, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
Now,
problem. I want
if
you up
Deion
front.
had a video last year where Deion talked about it was time for midterms and stuff. Deion said, let me tell y'all something. If y'all think y'all going to mess around and not pass them midterms and play football, Deion said, let me tell y'all something. We lose every game rest of the season.
Right.
Y'all ass going to class.
Mhm.
Or you ain't going to play.
Right.
Deion, I ain't broke. When I showed up, I had Louis luggage.
Exactly.
I have a spread in Texas,
Right.
second to none. I got
Right.
100 acres. I'm not going to miss no meals if I don't have this job.
Right.
But the one thing I'm not going to compromise, my values. And this is another thing I tell parents when I coach AAU. When you drop your kid off with me, I'm responsible.
Yeah.
I'm going to treat your son like I treat my son. I'm going to put the same expectations on your son as I put on my son. I'm going to have the same standards for your son as I have for my son.
Right. Right.
So I'm down with Deion. But back to the
I'm
point.
down with Deion. I'm down with
But
Deion.
back to the point. I do think Shedeur is better. I thought Dylan Gabriel played well,
Yeah.
but I thought Shedeur played better. And I think his size, I think all the measurables matter. And if you're just looking at the history, okay.
I think
We
the
already
injury,
talked about
I think the injury
Drew
hurt him.
Brees, who else?
Russell Wilson,
Russell
Doug
Wilson, Doug
Flutie,
Flutie.
Brock Purdy.
Okay.
I mean, so you got guys. I mean, it's not. can you win games or can you not? It's a lot of tall guys who haven't been able to live
absolutely.
up. I mean, you look at Ryan Leaf, you
But
look
now
at Jerry Stidham.
think about how many at a short size. Think about how many balls get batted down. Think about. I've heard people say short quarterbacks talk behind the scenes. Man, sometimes I can't even see over the lineman.
Right.
throwing the
Brock
ball.
Purdy said that.
Yeah.
And they gave him $52 million.
Yeah. Well, that's their fault. That's their fault.
The tall guy they drafted, Trey Lance, couldn't hit the side of a
So let
barn.
me ask you this: what do you think going to happen now that we're 2 weeks out? They've already named Joe Flacco the starter. That means Joe Flacco. Hold up. That means Joe Flacco getting all the reps in practice.
Yes, he's getting all the ones.
And
yes,
right now you got 3 quarterbacks fighting for the backup, and it doesn't look like Kenny Pickett because it seems like
Kenny
he's still
Pickett's
hurt.
not playing this week. This week, Stefanski came out today, said Joe Flacco will start, Dylan Gabriel will go second, and Shedeur will come in third.
I don't agree with that.
I mean that. I don't see how you can disagree with that.
If I was the Indianapolis Colts right now, I would have Shedeur second. If I was the Indianapolis Colts, first of all, and you and I talked about this, Anthony Richardson, be cool, man. The job gonna come back to you.
Right.
Look, man, Daniel Jones can't hold that job.
Right, you're right about that.
Dude,
that's what we believe.
What do you want to bet? It ain't what I know. It ain't what I believe. Not it's what I know.
It ain't what you know.
He's not. Okay.
I mean, you're probably right. You're 99. I agree with you.
But think about it from this standpoint. When the Giants took him, they built the whole team around him. Hold up.
They did.
They built the whole team around him.
They did.
And they
But they had their offensive line was awful. Let's be real. The Giants' offensive line was terrible. Dayball is a good coach.
But not it. Okay.
And I ain't vouching. I'm not defending Daniel Jones by any means.
What's gonna be different in Indy? Nothing.
They're gonna be terrible. I mean, he got weapons around him, but still.
It's Daniel Jones.
It's Daniel Jones. You're right. But Anthony Richardson ain't good either, though.
But this is my point with Anthony Richardson. Let him sit. Dude.
That's what they doing.
Hold up. Anthony Richardson played 13 games in college. That's it. So now I wouldn't give up on him. Now, let me tell you what I would do. If I was a bad team, if somebody would give me Anthony Richardson for a 6th-round pick, this is what I would do.
Uh-huh.
I would trade for him and I would tell him his age. I said, look, we're going to set you down the rest of this year. You're not even going to be on the active roster. You're not even going to back up. But every day you're going to be in here early with film, and then you're going to get on the field early.
Number 4, and I paid him as a number 4.
I'm still paying him.
Well, then you got to go to work.
No, wait. Understand my plan.
Okay.
Bro, listen to me carefully.
All right.
The guy played 13 games in college.
You're right.
He didn't get enough stars. If you look at the quarterbacks who are excelling in college, in the NFL, not at college, they played 40-plus games.
You're right.
Jackson Dart, 41 stars in the SEC.
Yes.
Now think about if Anderson had 41 stars at Florida in the SEC against pros.
He might be better.
Ain't no might in it.
Can't go back to college.
So listen to me carefully. When I trade for him, I know I'm trading for that because rookie contracts, 1st-round picks are guaranteed.
Right.
Whole contract. Understand it, but just want to tell him. You're not going to play this year. We're going to work. We're going to learn. We're going to work. We're going to learn. This summer, and I don't know if you could do this. If I was an NFL owner, I would buy a stake into one of those USFL teams.
Man.
Listen to me carefully. I would or I would put him. Look, Nadi.
I'm not doing that. You know why?
Why?
Because Lamar Jackson came in with some deficiencies. Lamar Jackson took his off instead of Lamar Jackson making rap videos in the offseason like Anthony Richardson doing. He got in there. He worked on his accuracy. He throwing through the tie. He paying to bring teammates down and let's work.
So you know who I blame?
So put the work in.
You know who I blame?
Anthony Richardson
and the Colts.
I mean, you got to blame him. They drafted him in number 4.
Your job is to put him in the right environment.
Right.
Look at the difference. John Harbaugh, Baltimore. Think about Isaac Newsom set that thing up.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Look how the players work. Everybody go to Baltimore get better.
Right.
Right. That's the
Mhm.
culture. Did you ever see Lamar doing all that food? Have you ever seen anybody play for the Ravens do all that food? Ed Reed, Ray Lewis.
No.
Come on, Shannon. They didn't play that foolishness.
Nah.
It's the culture. John
Right.
Harbaugh. So
I
I
agree.
blame, and yeah, I blame, but I don't necessarily get all over Anthony Richardson. He's a kid. He's young. He's young. He don't know any better. So you didn't give him a coach, and you didn't put him in an environment to where he understood about all that stuff. So I blame the coach because you got a kid.
I
blame
got
the
to
co-
put some of
blame-
this on
look,
Anthony Richardson.
If
though.
100%, I put 80% on the coach, 20% on Anthony Richardson. He's a kid.
Right,
And he's
right.
not a bad guy. He's a good guy. Did you see his statement? What he said after the coach?
Yeah, he sounded mature.
I'm going to keep working.
Right.
Look, man, he said all the right things,
Right.
but again, for all that foolishness, man, I blame the coach. But again, and there's nothing I blame the coach. You said it.
Yeah.
The Baltimore Ravens brought in an offensive coordinator and did what? Put an offense around Lamar Jackson
Right, around
early
him,
that he
early.
could play. And then guess what? As the years went
Added
on,
on.
there you go.
Right.
That's the coach.
It is.
All they had to do was take the same blueprint that Baltimore had with Lamar. 'Cause think about Anthony Richardson, people. He's a bigger Lamar Jackson.
Right.
He's Lamar Jackson, bigger,
Right.
stronger, and faster.
Without the work ethic.
That's it.
That's it.
Now, look, we hear that music. Now time for us to take a break.
Yeah.
When we
get,
come back, man,
yeah.
what we gonna talk about?
I want to get your thoughts about this Dylan Gabriel comments that he made, and Shedeur responded today to those comments.
I want to hear this. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. You listen to In the Game. I'm your host, Sam Mitchell. We'll be right back.
All right. In the Game with former NBA coach Sam Mitchell is taking a break. We'll be back in less than 2 laps. This is the In the Game Network. Sports fans of Real Talk and Hoops Insight, stay in the game with NBA legend Sam Mitchell. Now you can show your love for the In the Game podcast with exclusive merch from the In the Game online store. Coffee cups, caps, grab bowl t-shirts, cozy hoodies, sleek thermal drinking cups, and more. It's all with that signature Sam Mitchell swagger. Visit InTheGameStore.com today and get in the game with Sam Mitchell, because it's more than a show. It's a lifestyle on the In the Game Network. On the In the Game Network with Coach Sam Mitchell. Lean in right now to hear what the coach has drawn up on the chalkboard.
Get used to, and just want to be. It's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but you know, it's something that I'll get used to, and just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go do our best work. That's all we want to do.
Right?
Yeah, I'm playing against Shedeur lined up.
Now, did you hear Dylan Gabriel say?
I heard the edited version of what he said right
Okay.
then in that clip, but I also have heard the whole clip to get proper context, and I have the statement from the actual reporter who did
I
the
need to
clip.
hear all that because he said there are entertainers
Right.
and there are competitors. Now, when you say it like that, Nadi, there are entertainers.
When they cut it like that, because I worked in sports and TV
so you
and
saying
radio.
they cut it like
Yes,
that.
I used to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
then-
that's
so
part
then-
of creating a narrative.
But
Sports
no,
is
no, no,
about
no, no.
storytelling.
But Nadi, that's lying then.
It's manipulating.
You're
right.
no,
Yeah. I agree.
you're lying.
It is.
It ain't manipulation.
I
You're
agree.
lying.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
I know. I used to do it. Right. Here's
What-
Shedeur.
okay.
And
Here's
his
Shedeur.
rebuttal.
Here, honestly, I don't even think about nothing. I don't think about anything. If it's not words or anything, at this point, it can't do anything to me. I know, the God put the ability and the power within me to not even think about nobody else's comments, not care. It is what it is. I spoke with him. He said, "Nah, bro, that wasn't." He said that wasn't. He told me on the plane. He came up. He was like, "Nah, bro, that wasn't that you. I see how they trying to spin." I'm like, "Oh, all right." I'm not tripping. Regardless of whatever it was, I don't. Nobody's words or anything affects me, So, yeah.
So did you believe him when he told you it wasn't on you?
Did I believe him?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you're trying to start stuff. I feel like you're trying to start stuff. I mean, he's doing his job. He's supposed to. Do I feel like he did? I don't know. And that's not on me to sit here and be like, "Oh, he did it." That's not going to change my life in any way. What's it?
And look, I like Shedeur's response. And Shedeur is right. Look, man, tell me before I comment, give me the content. Because when you say they are competitors and they are entertainers, just that statement right there, you're not talking about the media. When you say there's competitors, and now if you would have said, "I'm a competitor, and the job of the media is to entertain," that's different. But you didn't say that. What the clip I heard, you said there's competitors, and then there are entertainers. That's what you now.
That's what they clipped it up.
That's how they clipped it.
That's how they clipped it.
Okay.
Right.
Now give me the content and why do you say you don't think he meant he was talking about
Well,
Shedeur?
I heard the whole clip, and
Paraphrase it for me.
in the whole clip, he said what he said, that whole part, and then at the end of it, the reporter, she even says, "I thank you for this interview, even though you took a shot at me," because she understood that he was taking a shot at the media, because that's what the media do, entertain. But here's the statement from Aditi Kinkabwala, who's the Cleveland Browns beat writer. She's been on the beat.
She's the one that interviewed him.
Yeah, she's
okay.
And this is her tweet. "Let's please not take this out of context. I was so impressed with how sagely and sincerely Dylan Gabriel talked previously about tuning out distractions. He told us there are entertainers, hot take artists, and there are competitors, he and his fellow quarterbacks, and he doesn't ever want to get those lines twisted. I therefore asked him to share his wise approach in keeping the external noise from, as he said, infiltrating with the people watching. This is as humble and respectful young man there is. Don't malign him by assuming something that isn't there."
So let me tell you what he just learned. Don't talk to y'all ass.
Right.
That's what he just learned.
And
because now, look, man, if you're gonna do that with my words, if you're gonna take my words and clip it together to make it what you want to make it, those were not my words.
right,
man.
it proves him right that they are
but this my thing
entertainers.
though. But not it.
But he has to learn.
Those were not his words then.
Right. Correct.
Okay. And what he just learned is that's why Bill Belichick give those vanilla.
Yes.
And that's why we do that as coaches. They
Right.
call it coaches speak.
That's why quarterbacks usually.
There you
That's
go.
something that Dylan Gabriel has to learn as a quarterback.
You can't be.
Tom Brady gave you the most boringest answers in the
That's right.
world. You never got anything out of Tom Brady.
Hey Tom, did so and so run the wrong route? Nah, I threw a bad pass.
Right.
Nah, because chances are the guy did run around wrong route.
Right. Aaron
why we
Rodgers
need to talk
tell-
about that?
Aaron Rodgers tell you, "Hey man, that man supposed to ran a red line and came back 20. That ain't on me."
Yep. But look.
But he-
Okay, so look, what Dylan Gabriel just learned is you have to be extra careful about your comments.
Mhm.
And then I love Shedeur's response.
Yeah.
And then when they asked Shedeur, did he believe it? Shedeur, man, now you trying to start something. Look, all Shedeur could say is, man, all I can go by is what the man said. Now, I didn't
Right.
go up to him. And I know, let me tell you what happened. After he did that interview, on that plane, on that flight from Philadelphia back to Cleveland,
Mm-hmm.
the PR person came up to Dylan and said, look, man, this is what's out there.
Right.
This is what they're saying that you said. How do you want to handle this? You need to clean this up with your teammate because this could be taken as he taking a shot at Shedeur.
Right.
And so the fact that Shedeur said Dylan Gabriel came up to him on the plane and apologized, I wasn't talking about you, blah, blah, this. Look, man, I put it to you like this. Bro, we ain't friends because we're competing.
Right.
We're teammates, but not at that position until there's a clear-cut number one and everybody fall in line. Right now, bro, we ain't friends. You're a third-round pick. I'm a fifth-round pick.
Right.
So we ain't friends. So if you say you didn't mean it that way, but let me tell you what it's going to do for me. It just adds more fuel to my fire. It just make me want to go at your neck harder.
Right.
In this position harder. Now, whether you meant it or not.
I think it added fuel to both of their fires.
Amen.
Shedeur for possibly having a shot taken to him, and Gabriel now understanding that, oh, so y'all going to do me like this?
No,
well, I gotta make sure now. So it's gonna be interesting this week how this whole.
How do you think this is gonna turn out? Who do you think is somebody's got to get cut? Like you said, now they're not carrying 4 quarterbacks. That's not happening.
I think Kenny Pickett the odd man out
because he's been hurt. If he look,
they only they only traded a 5th round pick.
There is no way you could keep Kenny Pickett and he ain't played a down in the preseason.
Right. It's unfortunate you got hurt.
But not if they do. Let me ask you this: what happens if they cut Shedeur? That could happen. They put him on the practice squad.
There'll be 20. They could, but if he's on the practice squad, some team can come in.
Oh, you can sign him
and sign him.
Yeah, being a 5th round pick, ain't a lot of money against. So they either gonna have to cut him.
20 teams lining up.
So they either gonna have to cut him, put him on the practice squad, or put him on the active 53-man roster,
or trade him.
Or trade him. One of those 4 things.
Right.
Wow. So if they put him on the active squad,
he has to be the backup.
Wow.
You're not carrying 3 quarterbacks in the game. You only carrying 2 quarterbacks, but you can take the third one
and put him in
just in case those 2 get hurt, and now we can activate him live during the game.
So basically, he's the 54th player unless one of the quarterbacks get hurt. So they do that in the game.
Both of the quarterbacks get hurt.
So if both of the quarterbacks get hurt,
then you can pull that third guy in.
Even though he's not on the active roster that night.
Correct.
Okay, they're doing that because before, they used to have to put anybody back there.
Right,
yeah,
correct.
Okay, I remember when they changed the rule. So Shedeur, so you think he's going to be, so you think they're going to go with Dylan Gabriel as the backup?
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't see how you don't go unless Dylan Gabriel this week.
Well, let me ask you
has a horrible outing.
You've been saying Cleveland needs to win.
They need to win.
Why wouldn't you go with Kenny Pickett? He's the only one with experience.
Kenny Pickett hasn't played all season. He's been hurt.
Kenny Pickett been in the league how many years?
He's
2, 3, 3 years.
3 years.
And Kenny Pickett had played games.
Yes.
So to me, if you're telling me you got to win, dude, your backup can't be 5'9" rookie.
They drafted him in the 3rd round. I agree with you. I'm saying they drafted.
Look, man, look at all. Okay.
I feel what you're saying.
Think about this.
I'm looking at their actions.
But think about this. Look at who the Chicago Bears have on their roster at quarterback.
Yeah.
Look at the backups.
Case Keenum is the backup.
Nuh-uh. The Bears got Buffalo.
Buffalo got Mitch Trubisky
and Mike White.
Right.
And the last time I saw Mike White play, who was that with? Was it the Jets? He was better, with the Jets. He was better than their 1st round pick.
Right.
So think about it.
Josh Allen better not get hurt.
But my point is this. We've seen Mitch Trubisky and Mike White win games in the NFL. Hold up. Yeah. We've seen them start a lot of games. So my point is they have experience. I would go with one of those guys before I go with a 5'8" rookie, 5'9" rookie who ain't never played a snap in the NFL only has gotten one preseason. Hold up. He's gotten 1/2 of a preseason.
Right. I want you to address this. We got a lady in the comments saying Shedeur selling jerseys already. Money talks. How do you think
that
coaches
matters.
are influenced by that?
It ain't the coaches, the owner. Hold up, bro.
Okay.
Hey, listen to me carefully.
Talk to
Let
me.
me tell you something. You can be the coach all you want to. We in the NFL, when they say the NFL we win, here to make money first.
Yeah, you hit to make money first.
Win second.
I agree.
Twisted.
I don't get that twist. Now,
hold up. Start winning games and losing money and watch what the owner say. We got to cut payroll.
Right.
Why? We ain't winning. What you mean we ain't winning? we 9-1 right now. We 9-1 on the record, but we 9 million in the hole over here.
Right.
We ain't selling on tickets. Ain't nobody coming to the
Right.
arena. Ain't nobody doing this.
Right.
So
But Cleveland gonna sell out regardless.
Hold up. But I'm just saying, we ain't winning.
Right.
Let me tell you when we winning. When we 9-1, and that stadium pack, that parking lot pack, they selling hot dogs, they buying these $12 bills. Oh, now we win. Let me tell you another time we winning. We 1-9. Man, we losing. Yeah, we losing on the field, but bruh, we used to laugh all the time in the NBA. At the end of the year, when they would talk about the teams that made money, the Clippers would always be one of the top teams that made money. So we used to ask ourselves, did the Clippers win or lose? Think about it from this standpoint.
Right. I remember
the only team that win big, team that win championship.
Correct.
Everybody else has lost.
Yes.
Now, if I didn't win the champ, if I'm the owner and I didn't win the championship, okay, I didn't win the championship. Let me go to my next column of winning. Did I win in the financial books? If I didn't win it making money, we got a problem.
Right.
Nothing. Winning is compounded. It's not just
Right.
L's and W's. It's them dollar signs.
I agree with you. If Shedeur was playing in Atlanta, I would be like, yeah, Shedeur starting.
Let me tell you, if Shedeur,
they got to sell that
let me tell you
building
something.
out.
If people in Cleveland, if those jerseys are flying off the rack,
they flying off the rack all over the country.
hold up, and you cut that man, you're gonna look like an idiot.
That may
You're
be
gonna
true.
look like, dude. Okay,
I hear what you're saying, but
think
two
about it from
things
this
though.
standpoint. You messed up when you gave Deshaun Watson that contract.
Hindsight 2020, yes.
Okay,
Most people would have agreed
That-
with the decision
you
they
ain't
made.
made no money off that deal.
You ain't lost no
Now,
money
hold
either.
up, but now you done got lucky. You found a kid in the 5th round.
You didn't get lucky.
Listen to me, Kel. Let me finish. I swear to God, is
Go
your
ahead.
last name Session? Are you related to my wife? I mean, damn, y'all cannot let a person finish a sentence without interrupting them. Man, my wife and I get along great, but she interrupts and it's like if you don't like the first 2 words come out of my mouth,
But you know why? Because I talked to a friend of yours yesterday, and he told me, man, you got to know when to jump in with Sam, because he'll just keep going and keep going and keep going.
man, you and my friend kick rocks, okay? But my point is, now you got my little train of thought. My thing is this, though, Nadi. That dude is selling jerseys. He's making you money. At the end of the day, you're there to win games and to win and make money.
Right.
So I'm not cutting Shedeur because
I'm not cutting him either.
Do you know how much NFL jersey costs?
A lot of money.
Anywhere from $200 to $300.
Right.
And if they're selling off the charts, man, they ain't cutting this dude.
I don't think they're gonna cut him.
Because if they cut him, whoever jersey he put on next, they gonna sell him.
Right. But you know what? Who else sold a lot of jerseys?
Who else?
Tim Tebow.
He sure did.
He was a firecracker. You talking about polarizing? He was way more polarizing than Shedeur. It's not even close. Tebow Mania was something
big.
else.
It was.
And them, as soon as they got an opportunity to pay Manning, they were like, all right, we're gonna holler at you.
But this is the difference between Tebow and Shedeur. Everyone knew that Tim Tebow wasn't a pure quarterback. Everyone knew that. Everyone knew. Think about it.
Yeah, but he won the division and the playoff game.
Tim Tebow changed to tight end.
I mean, after he got cut, he was trying to stay in the league.
So
Right.
I don't blame him for it. But my point is this: Tom Brady can't play no other position but quarterback.
You're right.
Shedeur can't play no. Shedeur can't
Tim
play.
Tebow couldn't play tight end.
No, but Tebow had the size to put on the weight to try to
he was
do
an
it.
athlete.
But my point is this: see, I think Tim Tebow could have been a better linebacker.
I don't know, man. He
hold
was
up
a
though,
quarterback.
6'3", 255. That's a linebacker size.
Yeah, but he was Cam Newton, but without the accuracy.
No, Cam can play quarterback.
Yeah, I'm saying Tebow. I'm saying for running guys.
Yeah,
Cam Newton was Superman.
But Cam, another thing, Tim 6'3", Cam 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah. Cam.
And congratulations, Cam.
Right.
Auburn is retiring your jersey.
Yes,
About time.
Yes.
About time.
Right.
I mean,
But Jimmy Haslam came out. This was about a month ago, and they interviewed him, and he separated himself from Shedeur, not because he didn't want Shedeur, because he don't want to be caught up making football decisions.
Well,
Because
who
he
made
did that with
Let me
Deshaun
ask you a
Watson,
question then. Who made the decision in the 5th round to draft Shedeur?
the general manager, Barry.
And what was his reason for it? Hold up, because this is what I don't
He
understand.
didn't think Shedeur was going to be there in the 5th round. And he came up and they discussed it. They called him in.
Okay, but why did you take? Well, so you take Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round.
Right.
Why don't you take an offensive lineman or something in the 5th round? You got 3 quarterbacks on the roster. You don't need a 4th. So tell me, why did he say he took
Well,
Shedeur?
you know,
So they called him in and they said, what?
I'm gonna tell you the lie that they told.
Yeah,
and
tell me this lie.
You can decide
'Cause
whether you
this don't
believe
make
it or
no
not.
sense.
But according to Jimmy Haslam, he had no idea they was gonna get Shedeur. They called a meeting, Stefanski, Barry, and Haslam, and they convinced him that they should take Shedeur in the 5th round if he's gonna be there. And the next day came and Shedeur was there, so they took him. That's why they give. But my whole point is with Cleveland can go 0-17. They're gonna sell out every game.
Yeah.
They're gonna sell out the parking. Some teams got that luxury. If you're in Atlanta,
No.
he has to start in Atlanta, because the Atlanta Falcons fans will leave that building empty if they don't have the guy who they want start.
That's right. They won't show up.
Chicago, they're gonna sell out regardless.
Yeah, it's the
they
bad.
go 0-17.
It's the bad.
Green Bay, they're going 0-17. They selling
I've
out.
been to Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Right.
Ain't nothing else in Green Bay.
Right. So some teams don't have to fold to that pressure of, well, he's selling a lot of jerseys. They don't care in Cleveland. They're going to sell out anyway.
Yeah.
Whoever the quarterback going to sell a lot of jerseys.
You still see Michael big jerseys.
Right.
You see
If Michael Penix wasn't starting this year, that stadium would be half empty if they had announced Kirk Cousins is going to be the starter this year.
After what they saw last year.
Right.
Yeah. You're right. Look, man. At the end of the day, this is going to be interesting. When do they play? Friday? They play tomorrow or Saturday?
Yeah, who, Cleveland?
Yeah, their last preseason game. But look, it's going to be interesting to see. Cleveland got some tough decisions. I don't understand why they took Shedeur. It made no sense to me after taking a quarterback in the 3rd round. It made absolutely no sense at all to draft this young man in the 3rd round. What might have even been better for Shedeur now, you know what?
Playing Saturday at 1:00.
You know what might have been better? What we tell guys was better sometimes than getting drafted in the 2nd round? Not get drafted at all.
Not you're getting drafted at all.
Now you can pick and choose, go wherever you want.
Right.
Think about this, people. Shedeur looks around, goes to Indy to camp. Think about that.
He go to New Orleans?
Go to New Orleans.
Right.
He'll be starting.
Yeah, you're starting.
Started.
Yes.
That's my point.
Right.
So it would have been better for Shedeur not to even get drafted.
I agree. I think that was part of their plan.
What
And
hurt
it just
him,
backfired. You tell me about it.
That stuff matters. And it's not.
Do y'all talk about those type of things? You got a guy
Yeah.
come work out for you and he don't perform well, or he has a bad attitude. Does the general manager from the 76ers call you and say, look, man, we had this guy in. He was an asshole. He didn't really want to work out.
Well, you're not going to do that with teams to team, because if a guy like that, you want somebody that's drafted and mess your team up.
Right.
We'll compete, right?
Okay.
I ain't trying to stop you from making a mistake.
Right.
That's your job.
Okay.
So I'm not going to help you do your job. Put it to you like this. We had a guy come in for a high pick. I'm not going to tell you the name. He came in on like, what's those hoverboards?
Oh, those, yeah. I think
He was riding a hoverboard
right
around the gym. He had on jeans and a t-shirt. And he brought his buddy with him, his traveling buddy. And they had hoverboards and backpacks, and they were riding hoverboards around the gym. And when we saw that, knew we weren't going to take him. Then come serious. Now, this is how stupid people are when they coming in for the interviews. A coach never picks up the player. We either send a PR because they're going to talk in front of them. So when you pick them up at the airport, they'll be in the backseat of the car on the phone. Yeah, man, I just landed. Yeah, man, I got to meet with these old dumbass people. They don't know what they not realizing that for a team.
Right.
Not realizing, understanding. That's why we sent that person, because you don't even think of that person as somebody that's going to go back and tell everything they said.
Right.
That's why we never send a coach, because you're going to be on your best behavior. We send a trainer. We send the lowest of the lowest person we can find, a janitor. Because guess what? When that person pick you up, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm the third trainer. You start, man, this ain't nobody. They don't even talk to him.
Right.
So you get in the car, get on your phone. Yeah, man. Yeah, I just landed. Man, man, I hope these old sorry ass people don't even draft me. They just talking. So we come in, you come in, interview, you line and put your fake face on. Soon as you leave, we call the dude. How was he in the car? Coach, GM. He said this, he was on the phone talking about this, he was cussing this, he was doing this. Man, they tell us everything you said. Boop, we strike you off the list. Dude, it's dumb. That's why we do that. We send someone to pick you up that you think has no power.
Right.
That you can let your guard down with.
Yeah.
No, they have no understanding. Dude, when we bring you in for a workout, we know you can play. It ain't like you playing against somebody else. It's you against nobody. What we're bringing you in for is to be around you, to get a feel for you,
right.
to see if we like you.
Right.
Like Bernie Bickerstaff told me when I interviewed at the time the Charlotte, I interviewed with Bernie over the phone a few times, and then Bernie drove to Atlanta from Charlotte. And normally they have you come to them. And I'm like, okay. So we meet at the Palm Restaurant, Buckhead. We're sitting down. Halfway through the meal, Bernie looks at me. He said, why do you think I drove to Atlanta, Georgia? You think I drove to Atlanta to interview you? I said, no, you drove to Atlanta to see if you like me. He started. I wanted to see if I like you, to see if there was some synergy, some energy.
Right.
So we bring a guy in, and we already know he can shoot. We already know he can play.
Right.
Dude, they know Shedeur can play. We seen you play. We seen you throw passes. Now we want to see if we like you.
Right.
Let's see, putting your best foot. Now, think of it like this. If you put your best foot forward and we still don't like your ass,
then you off the list.
Nah, you're faking. So if you put your best foot forward, you come in suited and booted, you come in pronouncing words right, you come in on your best behavior, and we still don't like you, and that's why we bring you in.
Right.
That's why. Now, we got some other things to talk about.
Yeah, we want to get into this. We should take a break, but I want to get into this quick, the shoot or the pass it, and take.
All right, we're gonna take a break right here. We got some bills to pay.
We got some stuff that you want to talk about.
I know. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We got to close this show out, but we're gonna take a quick break. You listen to In the Game. I'm your host Sam Mitchell. We'll be right back.
Sports fans of Real Talk and Hoops Insight, stay in the game with NBA legend Sam Mitchell. Now you can show your love for the In the Game podcast with exclusive merch from the In the Game online store. Coffee cups, caps, grab bold t-shirts, cozy hoodies, sleek thermal drinking cups, and more. It's all with that signature Sam Mitchell swagger. Visit InTheGameStore.com today and get in the game with Sam Mitchell, because it's more than a show. It's a lifestyle on the In the Game Network. All right. In the Game with former NBA coach Sam Mitchell is taking a break. We'll be back in less than 2 laps. This is the In the Game Network. And we're back on the In the Game Network with Coach Sam Mitchell. Lead in right now.
Welcome back to In the Game. I'm your host, Sam Mitchell. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the raw side of things with your host, Sir Bam Bam. He has a unique way of looking at today's things that are affecting us in our life and putting a funny spin on it. Now, shoot or pass. What's this segment called?
It's called shoot or the pass it.
Shoot or the pass.
Yeah,
All right, what you got for me today with shoot or the pass?
I know you've been wanting to talk
I
about
like
this
this
one
segment
right here.
too. I like it.
So McDonald's supposed to be cutting their prices.
Not it. Love it. Not it, man. This is what's crazy. And I'm you wouldn't remember this. Not in high school, in the 10th, 11th grade, walking home from football practice. If you had $1.03, $1.03, let me tell you what you could get. You could get 2 small hamburgers, a small fry, and a small Coke. And it was 99 cents and
Right.
4-cent tax. It cost $1.03.
Right.
So I would ask my mother to give me exactly $1.03, and I would stop and get me a whatever the meal they called it was, a value meal. 2 burgers, a small fry, and a small Coke. And if you had 29 more cents, you could get a hot apple pie for $1.03.
Right.
Now you go to McDonald's and you get like a Big Mac combo. It's like $19, $20. It's
Right.
ridiculous. So look, man, look. Same thing happening with Target.
Right. They CEO resigned.
They CEO resigned because of all the pushback with the DEI stuff, and they lost $12 billion. People don't stop going to these fast food restaurants. People don't stop going to Vegas. My wife was just out in Vegas for a convention at HGI, Hedgeman Group International. She said, baby, because I would call her, where are you eating? She said she went to Popeyes. Popeyes? Why you go to Vegas? All them restaurants. She said,
Right.
this is what she told me. She said, look, I'm not you, high pollutant. I'm not paying no $37 for a burger, fry, and a Coke. I said, what? She said, baby, in the hotel, no, it was $50 for a cheeseburger, a fry, and a Coke.
That's ridiculous.
They wanted $52.
Yeah.
For a bottle of water, $10. For a bottle of water. So no. And I'm glad people are finally drawing the line, and they're saying, take your product and go. McDonald's is slashing prices. Target just fired their CEO because of all this stuff, DEI. People, the only way to fight this foolishness is fight it with the purse. Only thing rich people understand and business people understand is money, period. Yeah. When you go to Vegas, now the reason me and my brother every year, we used to go to Vegas as a brother trip. We leave on Thursday and come back Saturday night on the red eye. So we go Thursday morning and go hard Thursday, Friday, Saturday, take the red eye, come home. Rest up Sunday, go to work Monday. The reason we did that trip, man, we could get a hotel suite for little or nothing. The food was cheap because Vegas wants you to come gamble.
Right.
So
they want you to come
everything
gamble.
to do there was cheap.
Right.
They just wanted to get you there to gamble.
Mm-hmm.
Now, dude, look what they're doing now. In Vegas at the hotels, they charge resort fee. My buddy was just out there. He said, man, they charge a $50 a night resort fee. Now, I'm used to paying resort fees when I go to Jamaica. I'm not used to paying no resort fee when I go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas to me is not a resort. It's a hotel. A resort to me has everything.
Right.
From A to Z. Vegas don't have everything from A to Z. Plus, I don't like to set up in Vegas anymore, how they blocked off the streets, how you have to walk all the way. If I want to go to a hotel across the street, I got to walk a half a mile up the street, a half mile down because they done blocked off.
Oh, yeah. They're doing a lot of work out there.
Yeah, but not in making it harder for people to walk and maneuver.
I agree.
And then when you look at the prices, look, man, they just got too greedy. They thought they could keep charging people in and everything, and people would keep doing it. And people just said no, because people wages are not raising, it's not growing with the prices. So now I cut back. Even I can afford some things. I don't do it because I'm not just going to give my money away. I work too hard for my money to go pay $12 for a freaking bottle of water.
So,
but I can spend $9 to get it.
So you shooting it or passing it?
I'm shooting it. I love it.
Oh,
I love it, man. What's next?
Let me bring you this one right here.
Do I need to? Let me get my glasses.
Yeah.
I need to see this.
NFL teams facing backlash out the 12 franchises prepared to include cheerleaders for the 2025 season.
Now that
Shoot to pass it. I know you might be politically correct and you might be trying to get a coaching gig and all that.
If I shoot it, if I'm saying I like it, or if I pass, I'm passing that. I don't like it.
I'm passing.
Look, man, I'm just gonna say something. Like, look, I understand it now, Nadi. If it was the old traditional male cheerleader,
right? You throw the cheerleader up, you catch him.
Where the guy
with one
hand,
hand,
pants,
right?
These guys are wearing skirts.
Oh, they got pom-poms.
They got the pom-poms. And then some of them now they are trying to look like women.
Right.
So no.
Right.
No,
right.
this just no, man. See now, what they're gonna do is they're gonna start making people watch the games on TV. Look, man.
I think you got a better chance of avoiding them if you don't watch it on TV.
I'm passing.
All right, I got you. I only got two more. Russell Wilson starting in with the Giants. Should they go ahead and keep what they plan to start Russell Wilson? Jackson Dart.
I would start Russell Wilson because you don't want to start the rookie. He struggled, lose his confidence, and you bench him. Then you got to build him back up all over again. Let Russell play. If Russell, look, this is the thing about it. If you win it with Russell, ride with it. But if you start losing, even if Russell is playing good, if you start losing, then you make the change.
Right.
I can always, and this is another thing. Let's say Russell played great this year. You make it to the playoffs. Russell 37 years old. It ain't like he's going to be there forever.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? So this is one I shoot it and I will keep Russell as the starter because if you throw this kid out there now and he struggles, look at what's going on with Richardson.
Right.
Now think about this. When Daniel Jones give the job back to him, you got to build him back up.
Yeah.
You got to start off slow. You got to build his confidence back up. So
Right.
you throw Jackson Dart out there and he get his ass lit up first 3 weeks.
Right.
And his confidence is down. Now you put Russ out there. Now you got to come back to him. The last thing he remember is getting the crap beat out of him. No.
Right.
No. Start Russ. If the Giants start the season 1-5, go to Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart.
And say,
Right.
we're going with you the rest of the year, regardless of how you play. But if you start him and you go 1-5 and he's playing terrible and you go to Russell Wilson, I don't know how hard it's going to be to come back to the kid.
Right.
So I'm passing it.
You shooting it with
I'm
Russ.
shooting it. I'm
Right.
keeping it.
All right,
Yeah.
last one. Derrick Rose, #1 jersey, will be retired by Chicago Bulls January 24th, 2026.
Look, he was MVP. He had a short
Yeah.
career when it went at a high level. I would probably, I'm okay with, I'm going to shoot it because that 1 year he had was magical. Everybody saw the potential of what he could have been in Chicago.
Right.
Unfortunately, he got hurt. Now, if we were talking about the Hall of Fame, that's different.
Right.
But getting his jersey retired,
He's from Chicago.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a
I'm good
nice
with that.
gesture.
well, Chicago needs something because it ain't going to be on the basketball court. They ain't winning no games next year. It don't look like they winning none in the near future.
Right.
So they did whatever they could do to draw up interest and keep people coming to the game and making the Bulls relevant. Yeah. Give
Right.
Derrick Rose. At least they'll sell that game out.
Right. Right.
Now, last but not, what else we got before we close this thing out?
Well, I want to shout out to some people in the chat. Boss Scout 1, Kid Cowboy 66,
Yeah,
Stacy.
we appreciate y'all listening.
Yeah, we had a lot of TB309 Entertainment, L, Gary Washington, Romero, Mocha, and it's a lot more, y'all. I can't name all y'all, but it's a lot of y'all. We really appreciate y'all tuning
but
in
do
to the
this.
show.
Don't keep this good news to yourself. Don't keep it a secret. Spread the news. Let everybody know that the In the Game Network is live and going strong. We're trying to build our listenership. We appreciate you guys commenting. At some point, we would like to set up where we could take calls.
Yeah, we're definitely working
We're
on
definitely
that.
taking your questions through chat and all the different apps that we have and things of that nature. But we appreciate you taking the time to listen. Look, how do I always end this show? I always tell my listeners out there, don't hate the game. Don't hate the player. Don't hate yourself. Understand the game. Understanding the game that you play is just as important to know who you are before you play this game. Don't let the game define you. You define the game. You play the game the way it's supposed to be played. You master the game. That way you get the most, you get the biggest benefits from it. You've been listening to In the Game Network. I'm your host, Sam Mitchell. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, every Monday at 1 p.m., the Raw Side of Things with Sir Bam Bam. We'll be back with you next Tuesday with more stuff. Thank you for listening. Peace out.